So you want to get to Platinum in Guild Wars 2 PvP? Huh. Well, not everyone can be Legends, but I guess I can help. Step 1, make sure you're playing an ungodly meta build. I mean, like, when you go in there, you are wrecking face. People run away from you because you are terrified of you. Number 2, practice, practice, practice. Make Conquest as much of a second nature as breathing is. Eat, sleep, and become the game mode until you have no other sense of self or identity. Like, just fully dive in. Free dive. No oxygen tank. You want to drown in it. Step 3, make your character look like a badass, or look like My Little Pony lunchbox, throw up all over it. The best way to do it is to just clog up as much FPS as you can, unless they turn on the option for basic character models, but just like go all out. And now, time for some gameplay where I went from Gold 3 to Platinum 1. Because you know what? Always blame it on your teammates. Always blame it on them. It's never your fault. Welcome to the actual gameplay section. I just wanted to do something a little comical, a little humorous in the beginning, but I thought I'd just share some more of my Scourge endeavors in ranked PvP. I'm playing a blood support Scourge with a little bit of a twist because I'm not necessarily playing the exact meta, and I've tried playing the exact meta, but this is just what I've landed on and felt most comfortable with. I'm also taking that one trait in Grandmaster for Scourge. It's probably really professional of me to know the name, but never said I was professional. It's the one that allows you to steal a boon, or you gain that boon whenever you rip or corrupt a boon on an enemy. Because I think I'm just, having a lot of fun with accumulating boons and hoarding them. Seeing that I might not have other methods of gaining boons, unless there's, of course, a firebrand on my team. But I just really like using it. I know demonic lore is really strong, and Sansevant can be strong in some situations, but I've noticed that Sansevant has kind of grown out of the PvP zone. It's more of just a PvE trait now. I still hate Sansevant as a trait. Sorry, I'm gonna stop nagging about it. I've said it in many videos, but this is a video of me just doing some ranked PvP. Here we're going back to mid, and of course, as you guys know, engineers, spellbreakers, firebrands can all be very tanky. I mean, even like spellbreakers can be very tanky, but also can kill you in like 2 shots. Just they use their ult, their elite, and they wreck face. You get CC'd out of your mind, you go numb, and you just get abused. But this is a little mid-fight against 3 of us trying to snag this firebrand. It was kind of overkill, but I ripped a couple boons, and then this engineer, this scrapper comes by, and I might be like, I probably just need to like go to metabattle.com or something, because I still can't figure out what gives Scrapper so much barrier, so many boons, so much. It's all the elixirs, I'm guessing, and just some trait interactions with barrier. But it's insane. They are so tanky. Even Hollowsmiths, as I'm fighting this Hollowsmith right now, I'm just trying to prevent him from getting any boons. He decides to run away because I have that power. I have that influence. So I just decided to camp around mid because I had a feeling that other people come. I think this is when I die. Do I die here? I know I died once in this game, I think. But I try to kite around. I'm trying to, think about... Oh, no, this is where I sand swell over to the bridge. I still think sand swell is a little wonky. But when you can use it with stability, or when you can use it when you find an opening when you're not going to get CC'd, sand swell can come in handy. It's really great. I'm using a well of power. I believe that's what that one is called, where it removes conditions from you and converts them to boons. Oh, this is where I go down. This is where I die. We all have those periods where we don't make it. And yeah, so death is just a natural part of the game mode. I decide to continue to pressure mid, even though I saw some of my allies trying to get far the waterfall, but I had faith in my warrior friend, my spellbreaker, and mostly I just wanted to pressure mid more because I noticed that we might have the numbers advantage since a couple of the enemy members decided to try to defend home, but they left. We kind of got a little bit pressure. They decide to come back, which got me on edge, and I think I know I go down once more, but I get a nice save. I popped out. That might not have been my best placement for my ultimate, my elite, but Ghastly Breach has somewhat of a low cooldown, so I don't feel too bad using it. I thought that I could just land someone in it, but they had already moved out, and I was like, oh, that was kind of bad. I got a res. Playing as Blood Scourge, Transfusion, plus the Well of Blood. It's great. Also, I'm not using Well of Blood. I'd like to use Sand Flare more often because of just innate defense and not having to necessarily stand in a smallish AoE ring. I think it's just, it's more suitable for me, even though you can get very nice reses off with having 2 charges of Well of Blood. Most of the time, I'm pretty fine with just having 1, if you know what I'm saying. I might play around with it sometimes. If someone can convince me in the comments. Someone can convince me. And then here, this Scrapper just gets loaded with boons. Just gets healed up. I tried to sand swell into him just to rip some boons and convert them to Torment. I think at one point he ended up going down. I don't know if that... No, he's still getting... like literally so much barrier, so many boons. Feast of Corruption, my Scepter 3 skill, is a godsend. It is such a nice skill to fight against Firebrands, Scrappers, even Weavers, if you can actually land the hit, because it will remove some of their boons, and then once you remove their boons, you gain them. See what I'm saying? It's simple math. I know. I didn't go to college for mathematics or for economics, but you know what? It's summer. I'm not even in college. What am I saying? Anyway, this is me kind of just patrolling mid. Typically at these points of the game where I don't know where to go. I am genuinely like, okay, I'm a support, but like someone might come. And lo and behold, someone decides to come. I tried. They weren't going to go for me. They just wanted to go for far. I decide to get a little bit of a knockdown on them just to delay them. You know what? It might not have been the best placement of mine, but looking at my team's health, they were fine. That Hollowsmith does end up going down. But you know what? Knocking them down might be better than nothing. He comes back, and I was like, you know what? Leave me. They decide to not even try for me, which probably is in their best interest because I can corrupt a lot of boons. This is when the Hollowsmith and I believe the other Scrapper decide to come back down, and this is where I start panicking a little bit. I use my stance to get out, I use it more defensively, and then I pop right back in once I got some pressure. It allows you to really just teleport very frequently across the battlefield if you need to, which is one reason why I like it. This is when I start panicking a little bit because this Spellbreaker's on me, and I got a little nervous. This is when I get a clutch save from my good old Firebrands. Thanks, BB. I really appreciate you. They saved me. And I decided to play a little more defensively. I switched to my staff. I got to ranged. I placed down a sand shade directly in front of me, just in case, just to maybe like mentally thwart them. You know, be like, don't come near me. But it seemed to work. They decided not to pressure me. They might have gone for the Firebrand, more high priority targets, but they aren't noticing that I'm kind of a high priority target because I like to rip boons. If I did have that corruption skill, corrupt boon, that would also be really nice. I've played around with it a couple games, but I switched off of it for my recent matches just because I feel like this is a setup I really like. At this point, we have 3 nodes, and I feel very proud of our team. I like to thank the Academy, my friends, my fans, my family members, last but not least, Jesus, Daddy G. Anyway, and then I noticed that they are trying to decap home. And so my teammate and I telepathically agree that we're going to kill this Firebrand. I'm very proud of this moment. He goes to Corona Burst. I Sandswell out of it. I don't get knocked down. I was like, ooh, that was smooth. That was smooth like some tequila, if you know what I mean. And we managed to get the Firebrand down. This Hollowsmith gets very low. I get a fear on both of them, which was nice. He goes down. And then another one ends up trying to flee, but one of my teammates is on them, and the fight continues back to mid. At this point, we have a very large lead, and I was feeling very comfortable. And 75% of me knew that this match was going to end well. And this was the match that I needed to get back to Plat. Because sometimes you have a rough day, a rough couple days, and you drop down back to gold, and you don't know what to do with your life. And you question, am I even good at Guild Wars 2? Is this even a thing? And now I'm just capping mid because I'm living in lavish. I have no care in the world. I'm honestly just like, I'm a Sylvari. I'm a plant. I'm going with the breeze. I'm letting Mother Nature give me her vitamin D, and I'm loving it. So I see that someone is decapping home. I decided not to go to contest it because I was like, as long as we can really keep mid, there's no point. There's always that slight chance that they will end up rolling you in some way. But I was like, no, this Mirage is not gonna take me. I decided to pop my Well of Power because I saw a lot of conditions start to bomb on me. I also used my F2 to cleanse some conditions and such. And yeah, that was pretty much the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was just a little video of me playing some PvP, some ranked PvP as a Scourge. I've been having so much fun playing Scourge. Maybe I'll try a different character. What do you guys think? Anyway, I got Rampage. That's all I really needed. Thank you everyone for watching. Like if you liked it, comment down below on your thoughts about some ranked PvP. If you're playing, how's the season going for you guys? And all my links are down below, my Patreon, my Discord, my Twitter. Connect with me, I'll connect with you. We'll make a beautiful quilt. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I love that we just, it felt so nice. We got this scrapper down. Oh, justice. Bye everyone.